It will touch you deep inside. There were two girls, Ara and Ngozi. They lived in the city. Life was hard, very hard. But instead of finding a clean way to survive, they chose the fast way that leads to nowhere. They were what people called run girls. They followed men, smiled sweetly, lied with their mouths,
Ara,
and
tonight we
collected
don't go
money.
for small money. Yes,
Every single
I am
night
tired
was
of
the
struggle.
same
Rich
story.
men like happy girls. They
Dress
just
up
want money,
fine,
nothing else.
go out, find a man, get the money, and come back. From the outside, it looked like a sweet life, but inside, it was empty, so empty it could make your heart cry. Now one day, something happened that changed everything for Ngozi. Ngozi went to a salon, just a normal day, nothing special. But when she got there, she saw someone that shook her world. A girl walked in. The smell of expensive perfume hit first, strong and sweet. Her wig was shining like new money. Her clothes were clean, beautiful, and rich-looking. She carried herself like a queen who owned the whole city. Her name was Laura. And Laura, she talked big,
Please
loud
be
and
fast.
bold,
I have somewhere
like she
important
owned
to
the
be.
world and
Yes,
everything
madam.
in it.
Wow. Look
Ngozi
at her.
sat there quietly, watching her every move. From the way she spoke with pride to the way she walked with confidence, Ngozi fell in love with that kind of life immediately. Right there in her heart, she said to herself, I want to be like this girl. I must become like her. So she waited patiently until Laura finished her hair. When Laura stepped outside, Ngozi gathered all her courage and followed her. She ran up and said, Please, can we be friends? Laura stopped, looked her from head to toe, and laughed loud and sharp. Friends? You? No way. You are not in my class at all. Just like that, she turned and walked away without another word. That thing broke Ngozi inside. Not just small pain. It was deep, deep pain that tore at her soul. She went home that day quiet, tears hiding in her eyes, thinking and thinking. Then suddenly, she stood up with fire in her belly and said, I will change. I will become like her, no matter what it takes. And that was where her real problem started. Ngozi sold everything she had, her clothes, her things, everything she worked for, just to buy a new phone and nice clothes so she could look exactly like Laura. Then she did something crazy. She followed Laura from the city, step by step, until she found where she lived. But what she saw there shocked her to her bones. Laura was living in a ghetto, a very bad, dirty place, even worse than where Ngozi came from. Ngozi stood there, confused, her mouth open. This girl that looks so rich lives here? She knocked on the door. Laura opened it and froze. You again? Ngozi stood proudly and said, I sold everything. Now I look like you. Now I belong with you. Laura looked at her and shook her head. Even now, you still don't belong. But Ngozi was not ready to go back to her old life. She looked Laura straight in the eye and said with strong voice, If you don't accept me, I will follow you everywhere and tell people your truth, that you are living a fake life. Silence fell heavy. Laura had no choice. She stepped aside and said, Come in. That was how everything started between them. Inside that small room, Laura told her the truth of life, with pain in her voice.
Listen carefully.
Men will use you and dump you like nothing,
Men will
especially
use
married
you
men.
and leave you.
Ngozi asked,
So what
do we do? Laura smiled,
We
a
use
dangerous
them
smile that carried
first.
warning. We use them first. From that day, Ngozi became her student. Laura stopped sleeping with men for small money. She became smarter and sharper. She would go to big hotels, nice restaurants, anywhere rich men gathered. She would walk up to them and pretend with clever words. Sometimes she would say, Sorry, you look like someone I know. Other times, I have a business idea for you. Some men believed her, some didn't. But the ones that did gave her money, and she gave them nothing back. Now there was one man, a big man, called Chief Omenus. That man liked Laura so much, he wanted her badly. But Laura played him like a game. She would smile sweet, talk soft, but never give him what he wanted. Every time he asked, she would say, I am still thinking. But she kept collecting money from him. Chief, my car broke down. Chief, I will pay you back. She never paid. She was using him cold. Then one day, something big happened. Ngozi and Laura were in Chief's office. He was talking about a contract, a very big one, with plenty money. The moment they heard it, they looked at each other. No words needed. They understood perfectly. They were going to steal it, and they did. They took the tender, changed the company name to their own, and submitted it. Guess what? They won it just like that. Suddenly, they became rich. But there was one problem. They didn't know anything about construction. Now money was coming in, but no one to do the actual job. So they went hunting again. They met a man called Steve, a real contractor. They approached him the way they
projections look
always did,
solid.
Yes, the
pretending
growth
and
is
talking
promising.
sweet.
I'm excited. Let's
They
move
offered
forward.
him the
Great.
job.
Let's outline
We
the
take
next steps.
40%. You take 60%. Steve laughed and said, "No, I take 70%. They were angry.
Then
They
find
felt he
someone
was
else.
greedy.
That is
But they had
too
no
much.
choice.
We
Still,
need him.
they didn't fully trust him. So they brought in Ada. Ada was different, quiet, simple, not deep into their kind of life. They used her to connect with Steve. Ada and Steve started talking, then dating. It
I just
became
want a
real
simple
love.
life.
You
But
are
trouble was
different.
waiting in the corner.
I like
One
that.
day, Ada went to Steve's house, and there she saw the houseboy, a man from her past, a man who once used her and never paid. The moment he saw her, everything changed. He started blackmailing her. "Give me money, or I will talk." Whenever Steve gave Ada money, the houseboy would come and collect it. Ada was suffering quietly, the pain eating her every day. Meanwhile, Ngozi and Laura found two roadside workers, Toby and Sam. They gave them the contract. They agreed on sharing. 50% came in. They gave Toby and Sam 25% and kept 25% for themselves. And life became sweet for them. They bought cars, they bought clothes, they rented a big mansion. They were living big and loud. But Ada was still suffering in silence. One day, the houseboy came again.
Where
"Give me
is
money."
the money?
But
Please
this time,
stop.
Steve was
Now.
right behind him.
What?
"What are you doing in my room?" The houseboy
What
tried
is
to
going
lie.
on here?
But Ada broke down
She called
completely.
me?
She started
No,
crying hot
he's
tears.
lying.
She told Steve everything. Her past, her friends, the lies, the
You
fake
lied
life.
to me?
Steve
I will
was
tell
angry,
you everything.
very
Please
angry.
forgive me.
"Get out,
How could
both
you?
of you."
Sorry.
He chased them out, but Ada did not give up. She kept coming back, begging with tears, crying from her heart, until one day Steve forgave her. But he gave her a choice. "Choose a better life. I will support you." Ada chose a new life. She opened a salon. She worked hard, day and night. Slowly, it grew. People started coming. It became popular and strong. Meanwhile, trouble came back to Ngozi and Laura like a storm. One day, Ngozi got a call. "Why have you not started the contract?" She froze with fear. She called Toby and Sam. Nothing. Phones off. They were gone. That was when it hit them hard. They had been scammed. Fear entered their hearts like fire. They ran back to Chief Omenus. They confessed everything with shaking voices. "We stole your file." Chief was furious. "Get out before I call the police."
Get out!
They ran away.
Chief,
That
we
night,
are sorry.
Chief thought about it
Get
deeply.
out now!
Then he called them back. "Sell everything you have, or I call the police." They had no choice. They sold everything: cars, clothes, house, everything. They were back to nothing, the same way they started. Chief also learned his lesson. He said, "It is not good to chase small girls." He went back to his family with peace. And the girls? They finally understood the truth with pain in their chests. Fake life is dangerous. You may gain everything fast, but you will lose it faster than you got it. So one day, they went to Ada at her salon, quiet, humble, with shame in their eyes. "Please, give us work." These were the same girls who once left her behind. Now they needed her. Ada looked at them, and she smiled with kindness. "You can stay." And that was how they started again. No lies, no fake life, just honest work and real peace. Because at the end of the day, my people, an honest life is good, but a fake life will always come with pain that
No
no
more
money can heal.
lies. Honest life is the best life.
Living a fake life can bring quick money and attention fast, but it always ends in pain, loss, and shame. When you build your life on lies, it will not last. Ngozi and Laura got everything they wanted, but because it was not honest, they lost it all. Ada chose the hard but honest path, and in the end, she found peace and real success. So the lesson is this: be patient, be honest, work hard. What comes the right way will stay with you, but what comes the wrong way will never last. If you have stayed this far, it means you really enjoyed our story. Please like it, share it with your friends and family, and subscribe to our channel. This will help us create more beautiful stories for you. In the comment section, please tell us where you are watching from. We want to hear from you. Thank you so much.